Okay guys, so to start off this DIY, I have the Dollar Tree decor pieces. I have the Dollar Tree Northpole tree farm rug, and then I have a piece of ready board underneath. Now I'm going to be making a decorative box, and so I have 4 of these decor pieces in total, but 2 I'm going to use for the one side of the box, and then 2 I'm going to use for the other side of the box. So as you can see, I'm going to be using the white side of the decor piece, and I've laid them, the one right on the edge of the ready board. I've placed my rug in the center and my other decor piece on this side. It's kind of hard to tell because it's white, but because the decor piece is longer than the height of the rug, I'm just going to center my rug in between the 2 decor pieces. Once I have everything in place, I'm going to start gluing it down, and then I'm going to, after I have it glued down, I'm going to cut off the right side of the extra ready board, and then the top I'm going to cut the excess as well. And then, like I said, I'm going to do the exact same thing to make the other side of my box. Okay, so to put this all together, I'm going to be using a little bit of E6000 glue as well as my regular glue sticks. Guys, so the next step I did off camera because it was just too difficult for me to do it. I don't have my tripod right now, and so I couldn't hold the camera and film it at the same time. So I figured I would just show you what I did. It's pretty simple. I took another piece of ready board and I measured the halfway mark and I cut it in half. And that I use to glue on to both the front and the back of this box to create the sides. So here I've done the one, and then over on this side I glued the other one. Now it is a little bit too high, as I did cut the length off, if you remember, from the sides. So I'm just gonna draw a line all the way across and then cut. Okay guys, so now I've cut off the top. I also went along the inside of every corner and added a bead of glue all the way down just to reinforce the corners and to keep it nicely adhered. Now another thing that I did, and if you decide to make this DIY, you may not want to do it, but this DIY is going to be a 2-in-1. So when I glued the carpet on the ready board or the rug, I glued one facing the proper way, so right side up, and then on the other side I decided to glue it upside down. And that's because I want to use this box in 2 ways. So now I'm going to take that 4th piece of ready board. I'm just going to lay my box right on top. I'm going to trace the outline of the outside of the box, and then I'm going to cut it out. Once it's cut out, I'm going to add glue to the 4 corners, and I'm going to Okay guys, so here is my top. I cut out the foam board and then glued the corners, stuck my ready board on, and then when I turned it upside down, I just went along the inside of the edges with the hot glue, and so now it is adhered really nicely. So I'm gonna stop at this point because I want to show you how you can do this for the least amount of money, and then how to dress it up a little bit more by adding some items. So for this piece so far, I used 4 pieces of the foam board, 4 of the decor pieces, 2 rugs, so that would be 10 items. And here in Canada, it would be $1.50 each. So for $15, you could make this box, which I think would really be nice for winter decor or Christmas decor. You could put your little miniature village on top. You can add some trees, as long as it's not anything too heavy. And then if you did want to add something a little bit heavier, all I would do is I would, on the inside of the box, just take some pieces of wood and measure them to the width of the inside of the box, and then just glue them in. And it's going to give you a stronger surface if you have to put something a little bit heavier on. I wouldn't put anything super heavy, but if there is something with a little bit more weight, then I would feel better myself knowing that there was a little bit of extra support. So for $15, you get a huge piece like this, which you can use in 2 ways. You can use it as a tabletop type of decor piece, or you could flip it. And because remember, the other side has the rug upside down, you could have it against your sofa and then use it as a blanket box. And I'm going to show you that now, how wonderful it looks. And I want to say too that when you see the blanket box, it's not going to have the side like this. I decided to film this again, and so you're not going to see that. And all I did here was to show you that if you have a Sharpie marker, you can just add some lines to this and it's going to give it a different look. It's going to make it look like it's actually shiplap instead of just a piece of a foam board, which I think is really neat. And there were some little dents in the foam board, so I kind of just went with the Sharpie and filled those in, so it kind of gives it a neat look for no extra money to add to this if you already have the Sharpie marker. And the neat thing about it too is that when you look at the foam board in the light, there are already lines in the foam board. So I just went over the lines that I saw in the foam board, and I think it gives it a really neat look. So before adding anything else to this, if you were gonna make this here in Canada, of course in the States it would be, I think your items are $1.25, so it would be what, $12.50 American. Here it's $15 Canadian. So I think that's a really neat piece that you can use in two ways, and it looks really, really nice. So let me go ahead and show you the blanket box. Once I show you what it looks like as a blanket box, I'm going to show you how I put my trees together. They're super simple. There's a million tutorials on YouTube how you can put these Dollar Tree trees together at various heights. I'm only using 2, so mine are not going to be very tall, but it's going to go good with this piece. And then yeah, once I show you the blanket box and then I put my trees together, I'm going to show you how the piece looks just as it is without adding my finishing touches. Now also, I'm going to add a couple more items to this just because I want to finish off the edges of the foam board, and I just want to give it a little something more. If it wasn't that this was foam board and that it could easily be damaged if you hit something hard against it, I would leave it just as it is because I think it looks really nice and crisp and simple, and I really like that look. But I'm gonna add the couple other items to this to finish the piece off. But again, I wanted to show you just in the simplest way, if you wanted to make this without spending the extra money that I'm going to, how beautiful of a piece you could put together from Dollar Tree to decorate your home. Okay guys, so here I have the DIY as a blanket box, and I have 2 huge knit blankets in the bottom, and then I have 3 thinner fleece blankets on top plus a pillow. So this fits a ton of blankets, and you know, you could use this for storing games, for storing toys, stuffed animals. The only thing is I feel that it works best as a blanket box because being that it is made out of foam board, the blankets are not going to damage this very much. Where if you have little kids going in there pulling out toys, it probably will, the foam board probably will get a little bit damaged. But as a blanket box, it works perfect if you were to leave it like this. Now, as I said, I'm gonna do a couple more steps in dressing this blanket box and display stand for my trees a little bit more. But the one thing that you could do without adding a lot of extra money to this DIY, actually you may already have the item on hand in your office supplies or craft room, is to take a Sharpie marker and then just draw lines across the side and maybe even the top to make it look like shiplap. And then it would look more like it was made out of actual wood instead of foam board. So that's just another little tip. But I wanted to show you the blanket box just as it is, and I can only see one dilemma here, and that's that I actually love this blanket box right here as I have it, but I also know that I want to add my decor over in this area. So now I'm thinking I may have to make a whole nother box so that I can have both. I'm not sure, but I really, really love this DIY. It's really simple to put together, and like I said, you can spend more and really dress it up and secure the edges of the foam board a little bit more better so that it can last longer, or you could just leave it as it is. Maybe add some hot glue to the cut foam board so that at least it will stay harder in that area, so it's like less likely to come apart. But whatever you decide, if you decide to make this, you definitely can use your own creativity to make it more simple or more dressed up. But now let me go ahead and put the trees together and then set this up over in by my back door to show you what it looks like before I add my finishing touches. Okay, so now for the tree section of this DIY. I took 2 of the 18-inch high Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. Now you can make them as high as you want, but I'm only using 2. And you take one of them and you remove this bottom piece. You take your second tree, line them up, and you're going to want to take that bottom piece of the first tree and hold it tightly against the stem of the second one. Then you're going to take some cable ties and you're going to use them to attach the trees nice and firmly together. Then once you have your tree or your trees together, then you can add a light strand to the tree. And that's it. Now with mine, you can shape the tree however you want, but I like pointing the branches down and then just giving a little curl to the tip. Now I know it's harder to see it here, but you will see them really nicely when I add them to my DIY box. Okay, so moving on to the couple items that I want to add to this piece for my decor. I decided to cover the top with the Main Street Wall Creations Peel and Stick Removable Tile Decal. And I went with these marbled tiles because in my kitchen I have this exact marble, and the room that this decor piece is going in is my kitchen family room. So I think it'll look really nice and keep it light, as I do want it light. There's so many different options that you can use to cover this, from fabric to wood. There's the Jenga blocks, there's the rolls of the drawer liner that people cover countertops with. There's so many different things that you can use. I decided to go with this because I did actually have these on hand from a previous haul and never got around to using them, so I think I'm going to use them here, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all I have turned my box upside down, and now I'm just going to go with my X-Acto knife and cut off the excess peel and stick tile. Okay guys, so now the last thing that I'm going to do for my DIY is I'm going to add some rope or jute twine. These I all purchased at Dollar Tree, but this one here I did purchase it a while ago, and I haven't seen this one lately at my Dollar Tree. But they do have the jute twine, and they also have the nautical rope that you can purchase as well if you decide to do this for yourself. I was almost thinking of using this nautical rope because it's cream in color and it's a little bit thicker than this one here, but I don't have enough of this one on hand, and I kind of want to get the project done. So I would have been using this one, but I don't have enough. So I think I'm going to go with the white cord that I have. I hopefully have enough, as I purchased this quite a while ago. And I think I'm going to like it because I want to keep it all very light. The jute twine would have been nice if you wanted to add a darker color in there, but I want to keep it all white, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. And all I'm going to do is go along where the ready board is and bring it through all the way down the side, all the way along the bottom, and just go along all the edges to finish the piece off. Okay guys, so here it is. I love it. Here I'll first show you the top. I love how these peel and stick tiles went on. It was very easy to apply to the top, and it just really gives it such a beautiful finish, especially when the light hits it. I absolutely love it. And then with the rope, I did manage to go all the way around, but I did come a little bit short. And I knew that I was going to be a little bit short, and I was trying to finish the side where I will use this as a display. So at least that side was done, and then the unfinished side would be facing the wall. And by accident, I did the wrong side. So I'm pretty sure that I have another package of the rope in my stash. I just need to go through it and find it, and then I will finish the side off. But I'll show you the other side that I did finish, so that when I do flip it over, if I'm using it as a blanket box, you can see I did the rope underneath the carpet and then above the carpet, and it just really made such a difference. I absolutely love how the rope looks. It protects the edges, and it also looks really nice. So I can't wait to complete it and then display my Dollar Tree trees on top. So let me go ahead and place this where I'm going to be using it and show you how beautiful this looks all. Okay guys, so here is my Dollar Tree display with my box that I made out of ready board and a Dollar Tree rug, some peel and stick tiles, and some rope, and then my Dollar Tree trees, just using 2 for each tree to make a taller, skinnier tree. And I love how they look all together. Here on the top, I placed a DIY that I made in the past using the Dollar Tree gift boxes, and the O is missing the light because I need to change out the batteries. I have to purchase some more of those, so I'll probably be heading to Dollar Tree tomorrow. But I cut out the letters and then used the clear cutting boards from Dollar Tree to cover that up, and I think it looks super cute. And then while I'm in this area, I'll go ahead and show you some other trees that I made, and these were all Dollar Tree as well, and I will post the link in the description box below if you want to see these Dollar Tree DIYs that I've done in the past, since I probably won't be doing a whole bunch this year. And if you're new to my channel and you've not seen them before, they're just some really easy, fun DIYs that you could put together from Dollar Tree. But I just think it's so fitting because if you're new to my channel, you probably haven't heard me say it, but if you've been here before, I absolutely love trees. And I have not all these trees, but I have some trees displayed all year round, like these 2 here that I have on each end of my couch. I have here all year round. We live on a farm and we are surrounded by trees, and I absolutely love that. It just gives such a warm, comforting feeling, and I love to bring the outdoors to the indoors when I can. And so the more the merrier with these trees. And as I said, I just thought this rug was so fitting. Northpole Tree Farm. If I could have a tree farm, I would have a tree farm. But I absolutely love this DIY. As you can see, it's very large. So even though I did put a little bit more money into putting this all together, it is a huge piece to display. And not only that, I can use it as I have it set up right now to display the trees, or I can turn it around and use it as a blanket box. So I think 2 DIYs, that's pretty good for what I spent. I really enjoyed putting this all together. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this DIY. And if you did enjoy it, I would appreciate it so much if you could click on the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd absolutely love and appreciate it if you did. And as always, guys, you take care of yourselves, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye for now.